name is Gideon Satria Sugianto. I'm a graduate student from LSPR Communication and Business Institutes. In this opportunity, I would like to talk and discuss a very interesting topic about crisis communications. And I am honored to share that I'm lectured by one of an experienced and seasoned PR practitioner in Indonesia, Mr. Nico Watimena, PhD. So, what is the menu for today? I would like to serve my thought about the differences and the correlation between crisis management, crisis communication, reputation repair, and also a recent case study that happened in Indonesia that can enrich our understanding. So the first part is going to be crisis management. We have to remember that there is no single organization or company in the world that is immune to crisis. So, consequently, all organizations have to prepare their crisis management. The goal is to map the potential of the crisis, prevent that to happen if possible, but once it happens, the organization would love to make sure that the damages can be minimized. There are 3 stages in the crisis management. The first one is pre-crisis. The second one is crisis. And the third one is post-crisis. In the first one, pre-crisis, organization will create crisis management plan, select spokesperson, train them, and also make sure that the crisis management plan is well tested through simulations. In the crisis steps or stages, it is when the crisis happens. Thus, the organization will activate their crisis management plan and also empower a spokesperson to deal with the media and all stakeholders. The last part is the post-crisis. It is where the organization have to make sure that they can rejuvenate and also repair the image or reputation that has been damaged because of the crisis, and also make sure that all the key messages given by the organization are well accepted by all the stakeholders. And the second part is going to be crisis communications. In here, the goal is very clear. Organizations who are experiencing crisis would love to share their key messages to the public and also stakeholders to make sure that they really can lessen the damages caused by the crisis, especially when it comes to the reputation of the organizations. There are 3 menus that the organization have to really prepare. The first one is the preparation itself. In here, they have to make sure a reliable data, they understand what is really happening, what is the crisis, and how does that impact to the society and the public, all the stakeholders, and also select the right spokesperson to be a reliable source of information for the public, media, and also stakeholders. The second is spokesperson itself. It has to really make sure that the spokesperson deliver the right messages and deal with the media in the right manner, because they will be all quoted or included in the coverage of the media. The third one that is also important is monitoring. It is important for the organization to know the pace of the crisis, whether it is developing, inclining, declining, and what to respond, what to prepare if the crisis is getting even worse in the future, what type of key messages that can be updated to the stakeholders, because they will always be looking for the most updated and reliable information about the crisis. It has to be ensured the organization is seen to be reliable and also responsible and fully committed to deal with the crisis. The third part or the last part is reputation repair. It is also very important because if we recall back the goal of crisis management and crisis communications overall is to lessen the damage that can be caused by the crisis once it's done. And one of the most important assets for organizations is its reputation. That is why the organization would like to make sure that the image and reputation of the organization before the public and also the stakeholders remain the same or even better after the crisis. There are many theories that can support this crisis reputation repair, but above all, the goal is to build and rebuild the trust and also the credibility of the organizations, and to support the continuity of the operation and the business in the future, even after crisis. One element that cannot be neglected is communicating with the media in a crisis situations. And to talk about the importance of these elements, I would love to pick the case study that just happened in Indonesia in January 2021, the case of Iger. Also, April 2021, the case of Shopee Express. Let's talk about this. So the first case of Iger in Indonesia, January 2021, was started when Dian Widianarko used to be a loyal customer of Iger, received surat keberatan from Iger because the organization think that Dian reviewed the product inappropriately. The video was not taken in a good way, the angle was bad, so that the product was not looking beautiful right there, and so on and so forth. But Eagle forget that Dian bought the product with his own money. So it is Dian authority and right as a customer to review the product. That is why it went viral and became a crisis for Eager. The second case that is also interesting to be discussed in an academic manner is the case of Shopee Express Indonesia. So there were a group of couriers of Shopee Express went strike and they did not want to work because underpaid issue. I know, but then it becomes also in the interest of the public, not only because of the human right, but also because it influences the service given by Shopee Express. A lot of goods are not being delivered, so that complaints also arise and it also became a crisis. Before going to the core of this discussion, let's take a look at the fact that news and coverages are really there. So the crisis and also the diffusion of information is very quick. Seconds after the tweet was launched or second after the information about Shopee Express was leaked, the news are there. So public and also stakeholders would also be able to access that information with or without a direct information from the organizations. I stated here that it is important, vital, and also paramount for the organization who are experiencing crisis situation to communicate with the media. Three arguments for me. First, coverage issue. Second, key messages. And the third one is reputation repair. So the first one is about the coverage. If we take a look carefully to the case study of Shopee Express Indonesia or Eager Indonesia, we understand that with or without their authority or permissions, the news about the crisis will still become a coverage because the media will need to work to look for information to be spread to the public and also the stakeholders. So it is not an option. The organization even have to make sure that there is a balanced news and informations that will also show that the organization is serious in dealing with the crisis, to share their commitment, and also to make sure that their stakeholders, their important stakeholders, are also well informed to these informations. Why? Because crisis basically meet the needs of the media. For example, there is drama right there. There is interest right there. There is public discussions right there. So media will still cover news or information about the crisis. Thus, coverage is very important to be controlled or even at least lead by the organization as well when they cannot control the media. Second is about key messages. There are actually exceptional or a phenomena where an organization who experiences crisis even have better reputations in the future because they have a very powerful key messages during a crisis. But we will not talk about this right now. We will talk why key messages is important to be inserted. Because it is where the point of view of the organization is well given and well delivered to the stakeholders. We'll eventually experience how the stakeholders perceive the organization right after the crisis happens. In the key messages issue, the organization have to make sure that the delivery can be done through written, like press releases, or even through verbal, to doorstop or interview with the media. That is why, if you remember the crisis management plan, there is a key message development for the crisis once it happened. So it is not just a word or sentences. It is a powerful way to make sure that the image can always be protected even once crises happen and may jeopardize the reputation of the organization in the future. The third and the last one is about reputation repair. It is one of a very important goal that the company has to achieve because otherwise they will lose the value of one of the important assets for the organization, which is reputations and also the image. The reputation repair in the current new media where digitalization is everywhere, it is more challenging because it is nearly impossible to delete digital footprint. The case of Eager and also Shopee Express happened few months ago or few weeks ago. But up until now, or even in the next 5 or 10 years, you will still be able to access those informations. So, in the idea of reputation repair, once organization communicate with the media, there is again a balanced key message and also coverage to make sure that once it is done, the stakeholders knew that the organization took a crisis seriously and they are still very committed. If that happened to Shopee Express issue, for example, at least the users or their consumers know that the organization want to make sure the satisfaction of the customers still become priority. That is why they would love to deal with the crisis. Or in the Eager case, they would love to share messages that they are open for feedback. They would love to develop their brand, also develop their products. That is why reviews from the people are well accepted. And it is glad that Eager did that. The CEO talked directly with the media to make sure that Eager will do a better job in the future. It is still a homework for Shopee Express right now to make sure that they have an efficient and also powerful and effective way to communicate with the media so that in the future, when a crisis is done, it will not really jeopardize the reputation, which is one of the most important assets of the organization. So, what we can conclude from here? We can say that crisis management is an effort given by the organization to deal with the reality, which is crisis or potential crisis that may happen. Crisis communications is an effort given by an organization to deal with the perception toward that reality. That is why key messages is important to create a balance of reality and to make sure that their information is also well accepted and well inserted to the mind of the important stakeholders. The last part, reputation repair, is part of the most important flow in crisis management and crisis communications. So once crisis done, the work is not done. Should be continued by crisis post, which is reputation repair. Last but not least, it is safe to say that communicating with the media during a crisis situation even is not an option for all organizations. So it concludes the sharing. That is all my thought about crisis management, crisis communications, and reputation repair, and also the importance of communicating with the media during a crisis situation. I'm Gideon Satria Putra. Thank you so much.